Hi, Adriano. I hope you're doing well and school's over, and I hope you're having fun and keeping up with your reading. Um, yeah, you're doing really well, and you've always been doing really well, and you've come such a long way. So try and keep up with your reading as much as you can, okay? So this story is called When Will We Get There by Anne Harth. Dylan climbed into the back seat. He helped his little sister with her seatbelt. The car was filled with dolls, stuffed crayons, books, and crayons. Oh, stuffed animals, books, and crayons. Did you bring everything in your room, Laura? He said. Laura shook her head. No, my bed's still there. Dylan laughed. Mom started the car and backed out of the driveway. Dylan opened his book. Chapter 1, he read. When will we get there? Laura tugged at Dylan's sleeve. He looked up. Mom, how long will it take to get to Nana's? Mom glanced at her watch. We'll be there in 2 hours. Lara frowned. That's forever. She picked up a doll and combed its hair. Dylan looked down at his book. Chapter 1, he read. Peter Potter was stuck. How much longer now? Laura said. Dylan looked up. Almost 2 hours. Laura frowned. She pulled out a piece of paper. Oh, excuse me. She opened a box of crayons and started to draw. Dylan looked out the window. They were on the highway. Trucks and cars whizzed past. The trees on the side of the road were a blur. He watched a man on a red motorcycle pull up beside them. A tiny dog sat in front of the rider. Dylan waved. The motorcycle sped up and disappeared. Dylan looked down at his book. Chapter 1, he read. Peter Potter was stuck. His leg was trapped. When will we get there? Laura said. Dylan sighed. Soon. He looked up. You could just play with your dolls, he said. Laura shook her head. They're watching a movie. She pointed to a piece of blank paper. It was taped on the back of the seat. The three dolls and a stuffed elephant sat in front of it. You could draw a picture, Dylan tapped the box of crayons. It's too bumpy. You could read a book. Laura frowned. She opened her alphabet book. Dylan looked down at his own book. Chapter 1, he read. Peter Potter was stuck. His leg was trapped under a giant rock. When will we get there? Lara said. Lara, I'm trying to read, Dylan said. Lara smiled. Oh, I think I missed a page. She poked Dylan's leg. Will you read to me? Dylan sighed. Will you be quiet? Laura nodded. Dylan slid closer to his sister. He buckled his seatbelt and opened his book. Chapter 1, Dylan said. Peter Potter was stuck. Laura grew quiet. Dylan read a little more. His leg was trapped under a giant rock. Laura rested her head on Dylan's arm. Dylan kept reading. He pulled and pulled, but it wouldn't move. Laura was silent as Dylan read. He peeked down at his sister. She was sound asleep. Dylan kept reading. When Dylan was on the fifth chapter, the car slowed. Mom turned onto a small street. She pulled into a driveway and stopped. Dylan looked up. Nana waved and hurried toward the car. Laura lifted her head. She rubbed her eyes. When will we get there? She said. Dylan laughed. We're here. That was a cute story. So, where does this story take place? Like, was it in a house or in a tree or in a plane or in a car, maybe? And why can't Laura play with her dolls? You remember? And what story are they reading? I hope you had a good time with this. I'll talk to you soon, Adriano. Bye.